Welcome to the Welsh Fast podcast. I'm Mark and I've started a website to help other Welsh learners called learnwelshfast.com. Not sure what I'm whispering, but I'll get used to this. I've done this thing before, so bear with me. The website I have every day, I add new features like a quiz. I'm not even sure why I've got this accent. This isn't my accent either, but never mind. You were expecting a Welsh accent, were you? Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Read on, you'll understand. Where was I? Every day I write lessons, I create videos, I compose songs, write poems, etc. And I create a wide range of learning materials for others to use. Okay, so a bit about me. I was born in Bolton, but I grew up from age 9 in Jackoland, the Rose, or Rhoslanachrigoc, a village just outside Wrexham. I started learning first from house names. You'd walk past the house, you'd see a name and think, what's that word? What does that mean? I'd find out. That's how I learned. I also looked at street signs, that's the kind of thing. Any poster where there was a new Welsh word, I'd try and work out what it was. I also got the books, the big square books in the library, in Roast Library. Cyflwyniad, Rhoslanachrigoc. Okay, kind of. So I started getting these books out, and I didn't even get them out, I just got them out on the floor. There was Tintin, Asterix, Super Ted. I can't remember what the other one was. But it was all big square books, and there was an English version and a Welsh version. I tried to get the dictionaries there, but they were always out on loan. I couldn't get all the dictionary, so I was 9, so I get these books out and start learning them side by side, and I learned loads of Welsh words. And then at age 11, I decided to learn Welsh properly at the Welsh Medium School in Wrexham, Ysgol Morgan Llwyd. It's still there. It's moved buildings now, but when I was there, it was in a different building. So I then went to the earth camps at Llanllyn in Bala and Llangrannog, which are like a week holiday for a 12, 13-year-old, and you go and do loads of cool stuff like abseiling and rafting, and oh god, there was loads. It was brilliant. And but you had to speak loads of Welsh while you were there and immerse yourself in it, and it's hard, but it's good. It was hard for me because I wasn't a Welsh speaker really, I was a learner. So I learnt a lot from that. Anyway, stop it there. Oh, I'll just add, the reason I got these books out on the floor is because there was no computers and there was no internet, because I'm really old. Yes. Well, not really, really old, not like Gandalf or anything, but fairly old anyway. And I don't know, I have to justify that. I haven't spoke at all like this on radio, so this is the first time for me. I'm trying to keep it natural, but I'm not. It's not my voice, it's weird. So anyway, where was I? That's a little bit about me and my story. You can read more about that on the website. I can't fit it all in it, it's going to be boring anyway, so and I'll waffle on because I do. In lockdown, it was pointed out to me that I might be autistic. I wasn't doing very well. My mental health wasn't very good. I was very stressed, and it was showing, and somebody pointed out that I might be autistic, and I decided to start pushing the limits of that. I thought, okay, yes, I read a few bits on, I could be, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it into positive. So I started learning like crazy to see what the limits were, and I started to learn things like flags, country, capital cities, counties, states, great works of art, kings and queens, dates, and, Egyptian gods, rivers, presidents, prime ministers, just everything you can think of that, like, that a quizmaster on The Chase might need to learn as their bread and butter. But yeah, I learnt these things, and also 29 languages on Duolingo for some reason. So I started off with languages that I knew already a little bit, well, quite a lot: Welsh, Italian, Japanese, and a few others. And then I just expanded, and before I knew it, I was doing 29 languages, and I've kept it going. So, but I started to use Anki cards and other language tools like frequency dictionaries to understand the importance of certain words. I used various tools every day: dictionaries, spreadsheets, translators, Duolingo, Closemaster, Busuu, Memrise, Anki, etc. And then last year, in 2024, I moved back to Wales to help my mum, because my stepdad has got dementia and she was needing some help. So I came back and started doing walks on Roast Mountain, and that brought back my love of the area. That was Jimmy clapping because I'm a bit uncomfortable at this point. I got a bit nervous. Not been nervous till this point. So I decided to stay in Wales. And staying in Wales for me means learning Welsh inside out every day you're here until you know it. Because that's what you should do. If you go somewhere, you should learn the language and the culture, and that's how I look at it. But if it's not for you, fair enough. But that's what I'm about. So I'd been listening to an internet radio app on my phone and listening to classical music when I work. I started to look for Welsh media. I found podcasts and websites, books, apps, all sorts, and I started using them all and see what was good, and I started listening to a podcast. There's only about 3 episodes, I think, and Doctoriaid Cymraeg, and it was two people, podcasters. One was from my old school, and one was a Wrexham AFC supporter, and they kept mentioning Welcome to Wrexham and Rob and Ryan. I'm like, oh right, okay, what's this? And then I realised that obviously big things had happened with Wrexham Football Club and stuff like that, and I watched the TV series, got inspired by them pushing the language, got inspired by the little girl Millie with headphones. She's autistic, but she goes to the matches. She doesn't like the sound, but she does ear defenders and gets on with it. It's inspiring, you know what I mean? So I'm autistic. I've been pulling away from society and whatnot, and read more about that anyway. And anyway, I ramped up my Welsh learning. I learned about 200 words a day on Anki and other places. I listen to Radio Cymru every day, all day, every day. Watch TV, write text messages, read the news. Social feeds are in Welsh. I Google in Welsh. I write songs every day in Welsh. Basically, I've not only decided to get beyond fluent, but I want to dedicate my whole life to the growth of Welsh, and that's that. So I want to change my first language to Welsh. I want to think in Welsh. I've dreamt in Welsh now. That was good. I have compiled several of my own frequency dictionaries, using existing ones, translating English ones, factoring speech. I began listening to Radio Cymru all day. To do that, I've immersed myself in Welsh. I've tried to adapt in speech into frequency dictionaries, because often they just use texts, got bots reading text, So I made cheat sheets. I've done lists of feminine nouns, male nouns. I'm not the most social animal, so with autism and ADHD, and basically I'm pretty much fluent in reading, listening, writing in Welsh, but I don't get to speak it much. I've kept it that way on purpose so that I can have an understanding of what it would be like for somebody else across the world who can't have access to a Welsh speaker. I can. They are here. I can go and speak to Welsh people in Welsh, and I do too when I hear it, because you should engage with it, because that's how you help it grow as well. But I also wanted to know what was out there for people who didn't have that. Anyway, I've gone on a bit. I've run out of time. That's my introduction. Catch me on the next episode. Thank you.